Hey folks, this is Dan Chambers with Chambers Horsemanship, here to do another video for you. So we get a lot of visitors in the barn, clients and people coming in for clinics and lessons and coming to look at horses. And they all end up looking at these wonderful tie rings back here and asking about them because some of them just aren't familiar with what they are or how to use them. And I end up doing a short demonstration, how they work, all the benefits of using them. And Dawn just asked me to go ahead and do a video for everyone else out there that hasn't heard me give this little performance yet. So, start off, the person that invented these is Ted Blocker, and I learned about them about 20 years ago, and I've been using them in my program for at least the last 20 years, and they've been a real game changer for me. And I wholeheartedly believe, every horse should learn how to stand tied, be tied off hard. But in anything that we do with a horse, when we teach them slowly and where they can build their confidence, it makes it very easy for them to learn. And that's what this tie ring does. It allows a horse to learn to stand tied and build his confidence, because I'm sure everyone out there has seen a horse that's been tied up, they get spooked, then the first thing they do is they pull back, they feel pressure on that pole, they want to rear up, come forward, they end up breaking lead ropes or halters and just getting a real wreck. But a lot of times if they can get busted loose, normally they move maybe 5 or 10 feet, realize they still alive, they kind of got away from the situation, and they very soon relax and go back to eating grass or whatever. And that's exactly what these tie rings let these horses do. We can hook a horse up to this tie ring by very simply, we lead them up. See this part right here, it very resembles just a half of a snaffle bit. And we put a loop in our halter or our lead rope. We come from the back side, like so, flip this up, and there's a magnet up here on this part right here that helps hold this tongue of your snaffle bit basically up, and then just let this drop down. And our horse is essentially now tied. Now what's wonderful about this is these tie rings have several different settings and allows your horse to, like I say, learn and build his confidence to stand tied very well. So the first setting is what you see right here, which is very simple. And this is what we use for our more finished horses that know how to tie very well, and also our horses that have no idea how to stand tied. Because as I'm going to demonstrate, it takes very little pressure for me to pull and allow this rope to slide through. And like I said, usually when a horse gets scared, sets back, when he has to pull, this allows his feet to move and he can kind of get back and he doesn't feel claustrophobic, and they very quickly relax. And then you just simply, walk this back up, slide it back through to whatever desired length you want. And again, your horse is usually relaxed and calmed back down. You didn't break a lead rope, you didn't break a halter, you didn't cause any harm to the horse because he was very easily able to pull that through. Like I said, the other thing about them is you can very easily increase the pressure that it takes to pull this through. Like I said, they have several settings that you can use to eventually teach the horse basically to be tied hard. So the first thing you can do is this comes up, snaps onto our halter right here, and simply take the tail end of your lead rope and throw it over this part right here that's hooked to your halter, just one time. And this creates quite a bit more friction, as you can see, and it takes a little more effort for me to pull this back. You know, your horse can still, if he gets scared, sit back and pull it. Very, you know, just a little more difficult. So we reset it. Again, I've got it thrown over one time. If I want to increase it again, simply go over one more time. And this, quite a bit, you can see, you know, it'll still run, a horse still has enough power to actually pull this back if he has to, but you can see how much harder it is. And it's very simple. If he does sit back, if he does pull on it, you had to come in here, get him loose or whatever. There's no quick release knots to try to undo, no half hitches, nothing, tied hard. You simply flip that down and he's free. So that's one of the very, very wonderful benefits of these tie rings is, you know, at no time is there a knot necessary to undo or to have to cut to get your horse loose. Another way to really increase the setting is when we come through is simply take a twist right here, double our lead rope up on top of it, as you can see, flip this up, and that is about as hard as a horse that's tied off, you know, solid with a good slip knot or anything like that. I mean, you cannot move that. When a horse gets panicked, spooked, you know, he is essentially tied off hard right here. But again, you know, it will move if he creates enough pressure that, you know, he can move that without breaking a halter or breaking a lead rope. But again, there is absolutely no knot for me to have to undo to get that horse loose. You know, like I said, it's very, very easy. I just push this up from the back side, that comes down. No matter how hard your horse pulls on it, how much friction it creates, again, there's no knot to undo, and it simply comes undone. So, like I said, you know, for a young horse that doesn't know how to stand tied yet, or you've got an older horse that's created a bad problem of sitting back, pulling, breaking halters, breaking lead ropes, this is a very, very good investment for teaching your horse. I have not found anything better on the market that works as well as this to teach a horse to stand tied, because I can tie them up, I can put them on a fairly long lead rope, you know, 20 foot to start with, and I can start my training exercise, you know, my stick, string, flag, whatever, you know, desensitizing to scare, you know, whether it's just running up, jumping, waving my arms at them, creating that horse that wants to, you know, to put him in a situation and allow him to move his feet and pull this lead rope out. And usually once he gets, like I said, 4 or 5 feet, he stops, settles down, you know, and nothing's broke. The horse builds his confidence because he was able to move his feet. I simply bring the horse back up, repeat the exercises, allow the horse to pull, go back, and if he went 5 or 10 feet the first time, it's usually, you know, 7 feet the second time, you know, 3 feet the third, you know, till pretty soon he's standing here. Either he might just flip his head at me, or he'll just stand here calm and relaxed, no matter what the pressure is being played, you know, whatever's scary, that he's being shown, and stands here very, very nice, very, very tied. So like I said, we get a lot of young horses, a lot of new horses. They're not usually used to all the chaos that's going in our arena. As you can see, we do tie on the inside of our arena, so we're riding by these horses. A lot of these horses aren't used to this yet, when they first get here. So this is a wonderful, wonderful training tool. Like we can tie these horses up. They can move their feet if they have to, if they really get, unsure. The horse doesn't get in a wreck. We don't have a lot of tore up equipment. And they learn very, very fast and build confidence, learn to stand here calmly and nice and relaxed. So again, Dan Chambers with Chambers Horsemanship. Hope this video was helpful. Feel free to, leave some comments in the comments section, hit like and share, and continue to follow us on Chambers Horsemanship. Thank you.